The outcomes that you are getting are a direct result of the inputs into your life. That's not shade. It's an invitation. It's an invitation to primarily not have it all figured out. I want to invite you into that space right now. You don't have to have it all figured out. At the time of this video, I'm 28 years old. It's Sunday. Wednesday of this week, I'll be 29. 1 year before 30. I have less things figured out now than I did at 25. That's okay. It's okay. World is crazy right now. I remember when I graduated college in 2019, there was a certain trajectory, certain path, right? The trail was already blazed, so to speak, right? You do this, you do this, you do that, and this will be the outcome that you receive and that you get. 2020 happened. The rest is history. And so the world that our parents grew up in, that world no longer exists. But I'm giving you permission today to not have it all figured out. I remember back in 2023, I spoke at this conference for my job. I'm a pastor, by the way. Spoke at this conference, the biggest conference that my organization puts on specifically within my niche, right? It's called a regional work. And I gave this keynote speech, gave this presentation, delivered this sermon. And I had one guy tell me, man, you need to do more with that speech. You need to do more with that keynote. And that's kind of how this journey of entrepreneurship really started for me. That was back in 2023, so you could say in 2024 is when I started. It's when I first filed my LLC, right? And I thought to myself, man, I think I could do this, right? Maybe I could go into this lane. It's now 2026, so 2 years later, I've made some progress. But it's not the Alex Hormozy that you would expect. If you would look at this YouTube channel from when I started to the publishing of this video, you would say it's been pretty inconsistent. And life has happened. Got married, bought a house. Then my wife, due to the geopolitical landscape of the United States of America, lost her job, unjustly terminated and fired. I couldn't keep up with the bills, couldn't keep up with the payments of the house on my own, single salary. Had to move out, leave that house. We're blessed. We could stay in with our in-laws. Huge blessing. Not a lot of people can say that. But there are times when you feel like you took 2 steps forward and 4 steps back. 3 years later, my wife still can't find a job, right? Sometimes there are marital problems. It happens. 2 people, 2 humans, they don't always get along. My mom, I have to take care of her. My mom has some pretty concerning and serious mental health challenges. There's a lot of stuff right now that isn't going well. And I could choose to focus on that, or I could choose to focus on everything in my life that I do have that is going well. And I think a lot of us, man, right now where we are in our life, we're so fixated on looking on Instagram and YouTube, and we get so inundated and seeing other people's success, whether it's real or not. And I think a lot of us, what we have is an overload of information. I mean, some of you'll spend 3 hours listening to a podcast and 2 hours watching something on YouTube, and you'll watch and watch, and you will pump stuff into ChatGPT and Claude and Gemini AI, and you will have an entire game plan. You'll ask AI, give me a 5-step plan, a 5-step process to change the world, and AI will give you the most detailed lucrative, insanely accurate plan of how to change the world. I mean, you could have the best prompt in the world. You could start the prompt with boil the ocean. And it'll give you a 5-step plan on how to change and impact the world. But AI can't do it. AI can give you information. And I think that's the first problem that I'm seeing. AI can give you information, but it cannot give you implementation. I could spend hours on hours watching how to make YouTube videos, or I could just get my tripod, get my camera, without a mic, without a fancy background, sit on this hard outdoor patio chair and just film. No edits, no fancy cuts, just captions. That way you can visibly see what's going on and hear me and read audibly with me, and that's it. There's information overload. There's, systems this and hacks this and techniques this and tips that, and all the things are good, right? And you can find which system, which technique, which habit works best for you. But at some point, you just gotta implement. Just do it. Just go for it. And in these 2 years of entrepreneurship, right, it'd be easy to look from the outside and be like, yo, Max, like, I ain't really seeing no progress. Yeah, but there's certain things that I'm implementing now that I would not have known unless I just started rolling the dice on myself. Unless I had failed as many times as I have failed in the last 2 years, I wouldn't have gotten where I am right now. And I don't have anything to show for it, but that's okay. Because there's just a level of clarity that I have now that I didn't have 2 years ago. And guess what? 2 years from now, it'll be 4 years later. I'm still going to have a higher level of clarity than what I have right now. And that I'm giving you permission to not have it all figured out. It's okay. I'm also giving you permission to reconsider what you do have. What if your greatest disadvantage was actually your greatest advantage? It's funny, when I was growing up, I'm horrible at math. Like, horrible. Failed algebra 3 times in school. Horrible at math. And I was always told growing up that math, like, if you're good at math, if you're good at the sciences, you're going to have a good job. Always told that, right? And that was always kind of the message that was, like, that was sent to us in elementary, middle school, high school. If you're good at math, you're good at the sciences, the STEM, what they call it, right? You're going to get a good job, all that kind of stuff, right? And I was never good at math, never good at science. The only thing I was actually decently good at was PE. I was pretty good at PE. And English, depending on the English, you know what I'm saying? I actually failed English 101 my second semester of college, right? So school was just never my thing, right? But if there was anything that I was just naturally good at, it was just talking. I talked a whole bunch in class, a whole bunch of school. I just talk. As a matter of fact, I gave the high school graduation speech with the class president. It's another story for another day. It wasn't planned. That nobody in the admin, faculty, staff, class sponsors, nobody knew what was going on. And standing ovation. It was a great speech. I got to tell you that story another day. But I was just always good at communicating. Just naturally gifted at just being able to get people from point A to point B. That's it. Now it's 2026. I have friends who are very intelligent at math, very intelligent in the sciences. Stupidly smart people. And not because of their fault, but because of the system in the world that we live in. Can't find employment, can't get internships or externships, been fired, terminated contracts. And here I am, the boy who wasn't good at math, the boy who wasn't good at the sciences. Here I am, making 6 figures just because I talk well. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that to let you know that what you may always consider as a disadvantage, just maybe, It might be your greatest advantage. So what do I do now, Max? Easy. You don't need more information. You need more implementation. Do the best you can with what you have, where you are.